I have mine.
I know there's not much on it. I looked at it. I was just like,
We can
read off.
share.
We'll share. You ready, Tracy?
They're sharing.
All right, good evening. Welcome to the July 8, 2014 meeting of the Manchester Town Council. First order of business is approval of the June 3rd minutes. We had that strange meeting date due to MML and some things with the budget, so it's not the second Tuesday.
I'll make a motion to approve the June 3rd minutes.
I second it.
Motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next, receipt of the May 2014 Treasurer's Report. So June, we have the June too. So why don't we, June check register. Why don't we do the May Treasurer's Report first?
I'll make a motion that we receive the May 2014 Treasurer's Report.
I second the motion.
Motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then in suit, the June 2014 check register as opposed to Treasurer's Report. Give a motion to receive that.
I make a motion to receive the June check register report.
I'll second that motion.
Motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, moving right along. It is the end of Carnival Week. So we have a couple of announcements here. I think we had, overall, we had a pretty decent Carnival Week. I'll let the town administrator and the police chief talk about some of the highlights there during their
We did.
portions.
As far as the fire department's end, we had a very good week. The public come out and supported us. We did have a problem with our fireworks that was scheduled for Thursday night. They had to be postponed till Saturday night. Chief Hess and his folks did a fantastic job. We had good entertainment, fireworks, and we had a large crowd Saturday night. So as far as the fire department, we want to thank the police department for a job well done.
Thanks, Steve. On the police side, it was all in all, it was pretty good. We had one incident that involved a sex offense. That subject was arrested. It was a 4th degree, which is touching. He was arrested. Outside of that, it was all good. Apparently, we had a record-breaking crowd on the 4th of July, and we got the flow of traffic out, I believe, in 20 minutes. So that was pretty good.
So that was my observation too. I was up and Steve was running a tight shop in the funnel cake stand
I
again. as
actually do
usual.
not want to see another funnel cake till next year, so let's get that out of the way right now. Yeah.
And definitely kudos to the chief and all the guys, including the auxiliary guys.
Auxiliary did a great job, fantastic job.
So I got a chance to converse with some of those guys up there, and then when it was time to move traffic out, that traffic was out of there like clockwork. So nice job there.
Hampstead too, they came up to help us
Hampstead.
out, yes.
Yep.
Yes.
A couple other items here. Councilman Black, I believe, did you present the award?
I didn't.
You didn't? Okay, well, we have a couple of award winners. 2014 Charlotte Collette Memorial Scholarship winner was Arcadia Ewell. Those that were on the committee with me, I know Councilman Black was, can attest to, again, we just had outstanding
Yeah, they are.
young people here in town, and it is something, every time you hear the stuff that the chief talks about and the complaints, and then you read this 3-inch packet of scholarship applications, and every one of them is just an outstanding young person. So it's actually kind of refreshing and fun to read through those things. So in addition to the Charlotte Collette Memorial Scholarship, the town of Manchester also recognized 2 additional award winners, Victoria Capadore and Sarah Cullison. It was just too hard to pick between the people we had, so we were able to find money in the budget both for the Charlotte Collette Memorial and then for 2 additional, and hopefully that's something that we can continue. If we have that many quality people, it's really nice to be able to recognize them. The 2014 Geraldine Burwager Memorial Safety Patrol Award winners were Corey Hefner and Joseph Torres. Again, these are younger folks, I believe, right? Like 5th graders. Yeah. So, and then finally, wanted to announce that our own Mr. Steve Miller has been elected to the Carroll County Volunteer Emergency Services Association Hall of Fame.
Oh,
Wow.
Mr. Miller was nominated by his peers at the Manchester Volunteer Fire Department, and the award was presented at the annual Fireman's Carnival this past week. So
that was a surprise. I didn't know the station nominated me. I was pretty proud of that. I went in with 2 other chiefs that I worked with, one from Station 9, one from Station 6. And that was the best kept secret around that fire station for a long while. Actually, it It was given out, I think, May 16th, and I had no clue. I had none. I didn't know I was nominated. They kept their mouth shut, nothing. So that was good.
Congratulations.
Congratulations
Congratulations.
to Steve. So that's all I have, and now you can keep going with town administrator report.
All right, moving right along, we'll start with the June 2014 administrative report. We've had no change on the Sheets project. Currently, we've heard nothing from their reps in regards to setting up a meeting. No change with the SHA projects. Our MEA grant, we start round 3 on that, and our funding is approximately $25,000. What we're going to be going with this time is programmable thermostats at all of our stations. Civil War Heritage Trail Grant, we've heard nothing back from them, which we should be hearing something back over the next several weeks. They basically said through the first part of July. New Town Hall Police Station, basic interior demolition has started, and we're in the final design and in the process of contracting a geotech firm. I gave you folks our basic concept design. It's not really our final concept design yet. We're going to be meeting with the architect over the next several weeks, but I think this is the closest we've gotten yet. And I think staff is very happy with this, so if you folks can review this, and if you'd like to make any changes, let me know, and we'll go from there. So, our Community Legacy Revitalization Grant, the process has started. Information is currently being gathered for our 2 requested projects. Those projects are an ADA project with making our sidewalks off of Main Street ADA compatible. And also another project is doing some rehab work at our wastewater treatment plant. So I have a meeting tomorrow with our grants people on that. Also, I've requested 2 letters of support, one from Senator Getty and one from Delegate Reddy. So hopefully we'll have that package together and get it in by the 16th. The truck traffic on York Street, Chief Hess has requested assistance from MSP, and I've contacted Carroll County Traffic Engineering Department in regards to traffic counters for York Street. So we're working on that. Code enforcement and rental housing, we aggressively are working on our code enforcement issues with the Chestnut Street Apartments. Hopefully we'll have some good news over the next several weeks on that. We've met with our attorney. We actually took our attorney out there. We took photographs, and basically we're getting that package together. Under miscellaneous items, Kelly, Chief Hess, and I met with reps from Chesapeake Workers Insurance Fund. That was formerly IWIF on June the 10th. We went over any problems with our workers' comp and any problems we may have with them working back and forth. Michelle, Donnie, and I met with Woodhaven Development on June the 11th, and we went over a punch-out list and reduction of letter of credit for the final section of Halley Hills 2. Michelle, Donnie, and I met with reps from Castlefield Development on June the 18th in regards to Western Abbey, and that's off of Hilltop Drive. That project will probably start, I would say, maybe within 6 to 8 months, and that's a retirement community off of Hilltop Drive up there. So Kelly and I met with reps from Verizon on June 19th. You'll be hearing more information about this. This was in regards to the possibility of tower space on the Manchester Baptist Church water tank, or the possibility of the installation of a new tower on town property, and I'll have more information to follow on that. So I would like to thank a couple people. As you can see, our Main Street is starting to look very nice with the flowers. I would like to thank Councilperson Black and her husband Kenny for the job well done at the south end of town. I'd like to thank the Ladies Auxiliary from the fire department for what they did with the flowers in front of the fire station. I've also been in contact with Miss Marcia Bogash and Barbara Trump, who is assisting Mrs. Dorothy Townsend, and that is to refurbish Postal Park. And that's the little park right behind the pharmacy and behind the post office. Actually, Mrs. Bogash and Mrs. Trump are master gardeners, and they're going to tie this in with the Master Gardener program in Carroll County, and they're going to use that as a training spot there. So that's all going to work out real well. So that's it for my administrative report. The Public Works report. I've supplied you with both the May 2014 and June 2014 water and wastewater status reports. I've also supplied you with a memo from our attorney, and this is in regards to the automatic water and sewer rate increases that we've talked about over the last year. I'm recommending to the mayor and the council that we sit down with our town attorney probably sometime in September and go over some of our different options that we have, so we are prepared to move on this by next budget year. So you can review that. If you have any questions, please feel free to call me and we'll work through that. Under wastewater, Utility Services Group, they've completed all the camera work and we're awaiting the last set of DVDs to review. And it does appear that we've located about 80,000 gallons per day of inflow and infiltration coming into our wastewater treatment plant. So hopefully we'll move into the next phase of that contract and get those repaired. Under NPDS and Stormwater and Watershed Implementation Plan, our 12 SW permit for a maintenance facility and the SWIP program were approved by MDE, and that's taken effect as of June 4th. And the WRCC work group we've met several times in June to discuss the details of the 80-20 split on the stormwater projects. Under maintenance roads and parks, the herbicide spraying continues, and we do have storm drain inlet work out on bid for 1, 2, 3, I believe it's 4 storm drains, bless you, four storm drains throughout different locations. So, any questions for me?
All right, a lot of information there, Steve. Congratulations again, and with the good work. Chief?
Good evening, everyone. The Manchester Police Department, they handled 67 calls for service this month. We did have 3 Part 1s. One involved a first-degree burglary, and the other 2 were thefts. We do have an arrest warrant out for the subject who committed the burglary and the theft that was connected to that burglary. The second theft involved some medication being taken from the Lions Club pool. But outside of that, knock on wood, crime's looking pretty good. They did make 8 arrests total. 1 did involve a CDS arrest. We've been sharing intel with Hampstead. We came upon a dealer who was dealing with prescription drugs in Hampstead and Manchester. My units were able to make a car stop. We were able to get additional probable cause. That led us to 2 search warrants, and we seized 1,400 pills and a little bit over 7,900 in cash. We did turn that investigation over to the Carroll County Drug Task Force because they need to take it to the next level. We're not capable of doing that. So that's an ongoing investigation. As Mr. Miller said, traffic enforcement has been focused on Park Avenue and York, and also Main Street's becoming a problem with the truck traffic. They're driving through town like it's 55 miles an hour. So I did request additional assistance from Maryland State Police. They're going to send their special team up and do enforcement, and it's going to be zoned in on the truck traffic, both on York and Main Street as well. Outside of that, everything else is looking pretty good. In total, we hit 16 citations on Park Avenue, so that speeding problem is continuing. So we're dropping the warnings and hitting them with citations, and hopefully that'll slow it down. Any questions?
Okay. You're flying today. Questions or comments from the community? Anybody sign in? Do you mind stepping out? We mentioned it before, there's thousands of people at home that are...
Yeah, usually waiting. I'm Chris Tomlinson. I already talked to Mr. Miller about this, but I figured I'd come up here as well. I live on 3260 Grafton Street, live right there on the corner of Chestnut. Fence goes right up against the row homes there on Chestnut. And there's a couple dumpsters there that gets picked up on Monday, but they're not picked up by the town. They have, I guess the owner has an independent contractor that comes and gets them. Anyhow, gets them at 6 in the morning. and they are just outrageously loud. I mean, I don't know how many. I don't even think there's that many dumpsters back there. 1, 2, but they must be fiddling around because they take forever. And I mean, for the first month or two, it sounded like a tank was just backing into my driveway. So it's anyhow, it's pretty loud. And I said something to Mr. Miller about if there was anything to do. And at first he thought, well, no, maybe not because it's not part of the town. But then I brought up about what time the trash gets picked up within the town, which I believe was 7. And you can't start construction till 7. So I was thinking maybe somewhere we could talk to them or work something out that maybe they come at 7. And I've talked to other neighbors. I mean, there's lots of children, lots of people who are retired. So people are sleeping at 6. I mean, I'm only sleeping for about 15 more minutes, but
A valuable 15 minutes.
Yeah.
it's a valuable last 15 minutes on a Monday. So I don't know if there's anything we can try talking to them about, but
So do we have, we have an ordinance, you can't start construction before 7?
Correct,
Correct.
correct. And in our contract with our trash hauler, who I'm almost positive is the same trash hauler that picks up a lot of the apartment units around, you can't start before 7. I understand exactly what he's saying because you can hear the dumpsters being dumped in the morning. It echoes through the town everywhere.
So you
I
can
mean,
probably hear it too.
I do. I mean, we have a roll-off across the street. We have a roll-off, or a front loader across the street, another one at the ballpark.
Yeah.
We have the nursing home behind us, and that opens up another can of worms because the truck actually backs up the lane, and then you hear the backup alarm. And this happens any time between 5:30 and 6 o'clock in the morning. So, I mean, you can hear it echoes through the town. So, I didn't get a chance to yet, but I think the possibility exists if we talk to the trash hauler, which we have a good relationship with. I think they might, hear what we have to say and back it up a little bit. I know I had mentioned it to Kelly, and I just didn't get a chance to give them a call, so.
So that may be the way to start. I would start with honey instead of vinegar, right? Just,
Correct.
like you said, if we have a good relationship with them, we just call and have a conversation, see if we can relate to them, and maybe a call coming from the town. would
Sure.
help.
I'm pretty sure 90% of the apartments use the same hauler that we use.
Right.
The only outside hauler that I don't recognize picks up for the Board of Education. They do all the schools, and that's an outside contractor that does that. So I think just a conversation with our trash hauler, I think, pick up the phone and give them a call and go from there. So
Could be a thing.
give it a try. Yes. Good.
All right, so we'll see if we can get somewhere with, that, and if we don't get a satisfactory resolution, then we'll discuss next steps.
Very good.
Anybody else? Welcome, Mark. All right. There's, we'll go right to committee reports. Councilman Smith?
I have a meeting on Thursday, so the next month's meeting I'll have a report.
Okay. Councilman Black?
The planning and zoning did meet this past month, and there's no, I guess, remarkable business to comment on. It was a very, very short meeting.
Okay. Councilman Pacelli?
The next MAMA meeting is July 17th. Unfortunately, I will be able to attend, so I should.
You will?
I will. The stars have aligned.
What day of the week is that? It's a Thursday?
Thursday.
And Thursday noon. Do you know which restaurants it's at?
Dutch Corner.
Dutch Corner, okay.
Your choices, pick one.
Yeah, I know. Corner. Councilman Howe?
The next Parks meeting is Monday, which I will attend.
Okay. And then Councilman Weiler is on vacation this week.
Yes.
They're now
That was it. That's a pretty quick meeting. Anything else for this group, this board? Hearing none, entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion that we adjourn.
Second it.
Motion second. Good night.
Sure. 2 seconds.